Uthman, what kind of moderator are you? Okay.
No, stick on that.
What kind of moderator are you?
Daniel.
I'm talking now. That's my turn to talk.
It's not your turn yet. Calm down.
How is it not my turn?
Because I asked Zumas to finish and you kept talking over.
You're not the moderator. I didn't elect
you done?
to be moderator.
You just said what kind of a moderator are you? Then you said you're not the moderator.
I didn't elect you. You claim to be a moderator.
No,
you claim to be a moderator.
I'm good.
You claim
you
to be
just asked me what kind of moderator are you?
Yeah,
I'm good. I have never claimed to be. I have never claimed to be a mufti in my life. Thank you so much, Daniel, for lying about me. Yeah. When did I ever say that?
Interesting. Oh, okay.
When did I say that?
You haven't posted on Facebook, Mufti Uthman. Should I bring the screenshot?
I don't even have a Facebook page.
Well, the person who's managing it has posted that you're Mufti.
I don't have a Facebook page. I don't have anybody post on my behalf. I've never called myself a Shaykh. I've never called myself a Mufti.
Are you?
I am just a student of knowledge, and you have lied upon me, Daniel. Right now, you lied. You lied. You said I call myself the Mufti. Where? Show me
on your Facebook page.
It's not my page. I don't have a Facebook page. I don't have a Facebook account.
Okay. Yeah,
Daniel, you're
whoever's
lying.
managing.
You lied about me right now.
Who's managing your Facebook then? Who's managing a page? Uthman bin Farouk.
What part of
are you gonna run away?
No, hold on. I'm not gonna allow him to lie about me to my face. I don't even have a Facebook account. I don't go on Facebook. Anybody can set up an account under my name. There are millions of accounts around the world under other people's names. I have never posted on Facebook. Never have I called. You lied about me, Daniel.
Why? No, I didn't. Where did I lie about you? Where did I lie about you?
I call myself a mufti.
I said the page was posted.
No, you didn't. Okay. You're lying now. You said you call yourself a mufti.
If you yourself,
you didn't say the page.
Are using your name,
Daniel.
People are using your name.
You lied right now.
On thousands of followers.
I'll correct myself.
I'll correct myself. I'll correct myself. Can I correct myself?
Yes.
So a page, Uthman bin Farouk, on Facebook that has thousands and thousands of followers has posted Mufti Uthman. Now, is this you? Were you behind the screen when that was posted? Maybe not. I don't know that. I agree. I misspoke. Okay, I misspoke.
Thank you.
I acknowledge that. It's just all of your social media presents you as Shaykh Uthman, Mufti Uthman, but you're not, right? You're not a Shaykh or a Mufti.
I am not a Shaykh. I am not a Mufti. I'm not even a beginning
student of knowledge. Why does your channel advertise that?
Daniel, can I finish speaking? Or are you going to cut me off as well? Are you going to cut me off when I'm speaking?
Go ahead.
Tell us. Okay. First thing, you're jumping from the subject. You're jumping from Zumas right now. Make it clear. You're scared to address the subject. You are running from the subject.
No, I'm not. The conversation was me and you.
I do not.
I'll debate Zumas any day of the week.
Okay.
I'll debate Zumas any day of the week.
Today, 2 years for that, you run away. Do you want to see?
Today's the day of the week. Zumas, can you finish your point so then Daniel can speak?
His point. That's one point.
You're speaking over him again. Again,
he
Daniel.
Should finish his one point.
Again, Daniel. You're speaking over him again.
You really don't want to debate
Let him finish.
Daniel.
I'll debate you any day of the week on a prepared topic.
Then let's do it today.
Specific topic.
Let's do it.
You have an entire presentation.
Can you please finish your point?
Propaganda about Iraq is Israeli propaganda about Iraq. Like, okay, we get it.
Israeli propaganda?
Iraq.
It's Israeli propaganda.
Are you saying the people of Iraq weren't massacred?
Yeah,
the people
Saddam
of Syria weren't
massacred. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, they were by Saddam. They were in the United States.
By Iran?
Okay. How many did
Saddam
kill? Uthman, how many did Saddam kill? Do you know?
Millions.
So Saddam killed millions. Saddam killed millions. Okay.
We condemn Saddam.
You hear that? Uthman says Saddam killed millions.
Hold on a second. Yeah, Saddam killed.
He killed millions.
Yes, Saddam killed millions. Now what?
Nobody's supporting Saddam here.
Here's the point you have to address. You have to address the point why there are Shia death squads backed by Iran and America, by the way, that are walking around in Iraq killing people with the name Uthman and Umar. How are you going to respond to that? How are you going to respond? You're going to tell me it's Israeli produced.
I condemn all death squads. I condemn all death squads.
You just called it Israeli lies. You just called it Israeli lies. You just called it Israeli lies.
Yeah, you whitewashing Saddam is Israeli lies. Yeah.
You just said that. You just said it's disgusting. You disgust me, Daniel.
Number one, can we criticize governments? Because if we're going to criticize Iran, then we should criticize the UAE. We should criticize Saudi Arabia. If we're going to have these ultimate standards when it comes to Aqidah and when it comes to Muslim blood, etc., okay, great. Have that really high bar, Then, if you have that high bar, you have to criticize not only Iran, be consistent. Criticize the UAE, criticize Saudi Arabia, criticize Kuwait, criticize Jordan. Be consistent because they also have Muslim blood on their hands. These countries are also building Hindu temples. UAE is at least. They're allying with Israel through normalization. And according to the standards of Wahhabism, and Ibn Abdul Wahhab, actually, some of these are nullifiers. Like these are nawaqid al-Islam. Like it's a nullifier. According to Ibn Abdul Wahhab himself, the 8th nullifier of Iman that takes you out of Islam is allying with the disbelievers and the mushrikeen against the Muslims. So according to Ibn Abdul Wahhab standards, the UAE government is not even Muslim, okay? Or the Saudi government or whatever government. They're not even Muslim. I'm not making takfir of them. I'm not making takfir. I just want to know if you agree with Ibn Abdul Wahhab that this is a nullifier of Islam, and the UAE and Saudi and these governments, because they ally with the US against Muslims, leading to millions of Muslim deaths, are they actually part of Islam or not? Be consistent and apply those standards. That's what I want to focus on, and we'll see if Uthman can respond to any of this.
The Shia death squads that you are brushing off, like, okay, they had it, but Saddam had it. How does that make it okay? Nobody
UAE
here.
UAE had it.
Again, not you see this?
UAE had
Does the world see this? Does the world see how you just keep interrupting?
He's gonna say what?
He can't answer.
He can even say that we're UAE.
Nobody interrupted you, Daniel. You went off the point. You made false accusation. I still let you speak. You asked me questions, told me don't answer until I'm done.
You're not giving your point of view. You're just rehashing the propaganda from this no-name Twitter account.
Are you not going to allow me to speak?
Can you give your own points? Can you actually address?
These are my points.
You're just saying that I didn't address something someone else said.
Daniel, don't tell me what my points are.
You're just saying that I didn't address something that someone else said.
I'm going to speak my mind. I did not tell you don't give your point of view and don't give this and that.
Do you have any of your own
I
thoughts?
let you speak. These are my own thoughts. Thank you, Daniel. Did anybody else watching?
This clip, what he clipped from, I detail exactly what Iran has done to support.
Okay, so what is it? So what is it? So what is it?
What is it?
So what is it? So what is it?
Diplomatically, they're supporting.
Okay,
logistically, they're supporting. Okay.
So they're Qatar. So they're Qatar. So they're Qatar. Iran is Qatar. Iran is Qatar. Iran is Qatar.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Diplomatically, you said
let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak. Go ahead, Danny.
Okay.
What military force support did Iran give to the Palestinian resistance post October 7th?
Wait, first of all, why is this a standard? Like, if Iran is called,
let me just question. Who's
interrupting now? Oh, who's interrupting now? Who's interrupting now?
You asked why is that a standard? So I'm answering you.
No, let me
not want to answer.
Point. Let me make the point. Okay.
Go ahead.
What is the standard that you're applying? Let me concede that Iran did nothing since October 7th for Palestine. Okay. So then what? If that's the standard, then all of these countries that you're constantly glazing on your channel, like UAE and Saudi, they've also provided nothing.
Glaze? I'm sorry. When did you glaze?
When did you glaze it?
When did I
just
glaze
on
UAE?
We posted the clip.
Go ahead.
We posted the clip on Crispy Mim. You had a podcast, and this is literally what you said. I'll quote you. You said, quote, Uthman bin Farouk, if you go to Dubai, you will see a society where there is less crime, there is more unity, and there is more understanding than Western countries. And this is on the podcast.
That's very true.
That's glazing. Yeah, you're so glazing.
That's not glazing. That's not glazing. Absolutely not. Are you saying there's more crime in Dubai than the US?
What's the unity in the Dubai that you're praising?
Okay, hold on. Daniel, is there more crime in Dubai than the US?
No, there's less crime in Dubai.
So you're glazing Dubai now. You're glazing.
No, I don't go and dedicate a channel. I don't dedicate. I don't dedicate. I don't go on podcasts. I don't go on podcasts
on your own hypocrisy now
and praise UAE.
You are caught on your own hypocrisy now because I said that Dubai has less crime. You're
more unity, and more understanding. What's the unity 100%. In the Dubai? What's the unity that you're praising?
You tell me.
What's the unity?
Let me speak, Daniel. Now, we in the United States, are we more united as a government between Democrats, Republicans, between the alt-right and the extreme Antifa left wing that's shooting at Trump and alt-right that are shooting at others? Are we more united, or is the United Arab Emirates more united?
So it's good to be united.
Which one? Which one is united?
Is it good to be united?
Just a question. Which one is more united?
No, is it good to? I don't even know what this unity means. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean by that.
No, I
Daniel,
don't.
you know.
I'm asking you.
As
So
a society,
Democrat and Republican,
as a
like we should be
society,
united with Democrats and LGBT,
we should not.
and we should be united.
Again,
Then what do you?
we should not. I
should
am
not?
not saying. Listen, we should not be united with LGBT. No, what I'm saying.
Then what unity are you talking about?
As a country, the United States has more crime, has more division, people shooting at each other than the UAE. Is that true or not?
Are people shooting
Is
at each
that
other
true
more
or
in the
not?
U.S. than Dubai?
Is
Yeah,
that
but what
true
is
or
this
not?
unity? Like, is unity
that
a virtue?
true? Daniel, you're running.
Is
now.
unity a
Now
virtue
you're
or
running.
not?
Now you're running.
You're running because you don't define what
I'm not
unity
running.
is. If unity
Look,
is a good
you
thing,
are glazing the UAE.
if
you
unity
say
is a
me
good
saying
thing,
that there is
if unity is a good thing for the UAE, why is it good for Muslims?
Then you glaze Dubai on
If
this
unity
screen.
is good, why can't we have unity for Muslims?
100%. We want unity for Muslims, but never at accepting shirk and kufr, justifying it. Never. No, you don't see how you're interrupting me now? Daniel, you cannot have a conversation. You got nothing. You're exposed to the world now. You just can't answer a single question. Is the UAE as a country more united, or is the United States, where we just had somebody take a shot at Trump last night at the White House dinner? Before that, we had shots taken at him. We have people throwing riots and running each other with cars, and Tifa shooting at alt right wing, and the Proud Boys shooting at them, ICE agents, and what's going on? Is the UAE more united, or is the United States?
Yeah, the UAE has more unity by building an Abrahamic house with Jews and Christians and
the UAE now.
Well, can I respond?
No, you're glazing the UAE
Who's interrupting now? Who's interrupting now?
Go ahead.
Can I finish? Yeah, the UAE has a lot of unity, more than the US, because the government there builds Hindu temples, builds the Abrahamic house with a synagogue, Jewish synagogue, a Christian church, and then a masjid, all on equal basis. And they promote the Abrahamic religion, and they spread this. This is their proxies. They spread it throughout the Middle East, and they even try to spread it into the West. And this has been documented that the UAE has tried to close down Muslim groups by coordinating with US or Western governments to accuse Muslim groups like CARE of being terrorist supporters, to shut them down. The UAE is all about unity when it comes to unity with Israel, when it comes to unity with Tel Aviv. Yeah, they're pro-unity with Hindus, with Modi. They're very pro-unity. Do you condemn the UAE for that? Do you see that? You don't have to condemn them. Do you see it as a problem even?
Are you done?
Can you answer?
Are you done?
Can you answer the question?
Are you done speaking?
Can you answer the question, though?
I just want to make sure you're done, because when I start speaking,
I
don't want to.
I want to know if you can.
There you go.
Answer
now
the question.
you're going to start interrupting me. Are you done speaking?
I want to see if you can answer this question directly.
Are you done speaking?
Do you support Hindu temples? Yes or no?
Ken, I do not support Hindu temples.
Do you support the UAE building Hindu temples?
Now, will you allow me to speak, or are you just going to keep interrupting?
Do you condemn UAE for building Hindu temples?
I just look. You asked a question, I answered it. Now you're jumping from it. Now let me finish. When you said I glazed the UAE, you are a liar, right? And I've proven that now. When I said they have lower, you read it. I said they have lower crime than the US. That is absolutely true, and you admitted to it. So if that's glazing the UAE, then you're glazing the UAE. Secondly, are they more united as a society than the United States? 100% they are. And you just admitted to that. Trying to jump about Hindu temples and synagogues. You think in America we don't have Hindu temples? We don't have synagogues? You think the American government's not pro-Israel? The United Arab Emirates, I have never glazed them, but what I said about them is true. It's a society that's safe. I've been there. I've walked around at night. I'm much safer there than I am in Chicago, than I am in LA, than I am in New York, than I am in St. Louis, East St. Louis anyway, right? So when you see a society like that, that's stating a fact. That's not glazing anybody. And you agreed to that. Are there a united society, unlike the United States, where we have people shooting at each other constantly? Yes, they are. And you have to admit to that. Now, do I agree with everything any government does? No, every government's going to have some faults. But when you ask me these questions and then you keep jumping from question to question without allowing me to answer, this is hypocrisy, because you're running. You still have not answered the other questions that Zumas asked. Instead, you jumped, right? But I'm allowing you, I'm answering what you asked. When you said, do I condemn America's invasion and America's aggression? I already made a video. You saw it. Of course I do. Do I stand with the people of Palestine? Of course I do. Do I condemn Israel as an apartheid Zionist state? Of course I do. And I've said it openly and I've said it repeatedly. And you know that because you have watched those videos and you've reacted to those videos. So I don't know why the hypocrisy of trying to bring that up. And I still allowed you to speak. I didn't interrupt you because as a civil conversation, we allow each other to speak. Now, when it comes to criticizing, Iran, for example, is a government that, and I've played the videos in the video that I made, and you made reactions. You can look at those. We can play them again if you like. As a government, has killed more Muslims than Israel. The death squads that Iran backed, and I'm not talking about some Western media spin. I know people from Syria whose children were killed, personally know them, with chemical weapons that the Bashar government got from the same Iranian regime you're defending. I will never defend that. Okay? Iran is a government that promotes shirk and kufr in many different ways. And the gentleman that you had on your show, Qadri or whatever his name was, in front of you, he said, yes, we curse the Sahaba. We don't do it in front of, and all the fatwa that you were saying that, oh, Khomeini said that this is a bunch of, he said, no, he said, we just say that because we don't want to do it in front of you. He said it. He said, when we're in private, we curse the Sahaba. We curse the likes of Aisha, radiyallahu anha, and Abu Bakr, and Umar, and Uthman, radiyallahu anhum, calling them murderers, calling them kuffar, calling la'an, cursing them. He said, I don't do it in front of you, but in private we do. And then he gave the example. He said, I don't speak the same in front of my father as I do in front of anybody else. Does that make sense? And you were like, yeah, that makes sense. How does that make sense? I'm not going to defend those that curse the most beloved to the Prophet ﷺ. I'm not going to justify people that say that the entire universe is under the control of their imams. I'm not going to. I'm not going to justify a government that has killed, at least as statistics have shown, 500 to 600,000 Syrian innocent people. And now the straw man that you keep setting up, I'm not defending the current Syrian government. I have nothing to do with them. I'm not defending Saddam. I'm not defending any of them. But when I see people trying to justify saying, well, this is not shirk if they say the imams control the universe and give life and death and control every atom, that's not kufr, that's where I draw a line. When people start whitewashing such crimes, right, I draw a line. I, as Uthman ibn Farooq, stand with the people of Syria, with the people of Yemen, with the people of Palestine, with the innocent people of Iran. I feel for them. The awam, the regular people, I feel their pain. But that's not going to take me to accept somebody saying, yeah, I curse Aisha radiyan. Aisha radiyanha was the most beloved person to the Prophet ﷺ. You know that. When the Prophet ﷺ was asked, who is the most beloved person to you? He said, Aisha. When he was asked, Sahih al-Bukhari, what about from the men? He said, Abuha, her father, Abu Bakr. He said, what about after that? He said, Umar. Now, if you're going to tell me that sit next to and shake hands, me, myself, with a person who says, yeah, that mother of the believers, we curse her when we're alone. That Abu Bakr, that Umar, that Uthman, that the Prophet loved, we say they're in the hellfire when we're alone, just not in front of you. I'm not going to accept that. Now, when it comes to criticizing governments, I'm giving you your answer. Listen up now. There are times you can. And the scholars of Islam have put that forward. And I listen to the scholars. As I said, I'm not a scholar, right? As we said in the beginning. So I go to the scholars. I ask them in the light of the Quran and authentic ahadith. And when there is criticism to be put forward, I support it. But when I don't know about a situation enough to speak on it, I don't, right? But when I see the death squads in Iraq that I know very well. I know people personally, brothers that I do dawah with, whose fathers were killed, not just one, multiple, by those death squad that you're kind of brushing off, that Iran backed, the same regime. Not one or two, 1 million Iraqis have been killed. 1 million. I'm not going to leave that. Look, I stand with the people of Sudan. May Allah protect them. I stand with the people of Palestine. May Allah protect them. I stand with all of them. And I'm not going to just go around and start saying, oh, this government's like this government like this, until we know. But the Irani Shia government, the Rafidi who curse the Sahaba, who promote the killing of Muslims on video that I quoted in my video, that clearly say they want to take over Medina and Mecca and Riyadh, these videos that we posted, I'm never going to support that. And I'm not going to whitewash that.